The bar owner lady is talking animatedly to her patrons. She notices a drunk man sleeping on one of the tables. He is one of the regulars at the bar who often ends up drunk and asleep. The bar lady tries to wake the drunk man up from his slumber. The man wakes up, finishes his drink, pays the money and stumbles out of the bar as the lady and other patrons look at him worriedly. The man is in grief over the death of his beloved wife whom he recently lost in a tragic car accident. He is lonely and depressed without her, and cannot move on from her loss. That is the reason he is alone and drunk most of the time. He keeps drinking excessively at the bar despite the bar lady requesting him to stop. The man wants to drown himself in alcohol to forget the feelings of sadness and loneliness in his life. As they are talking, the singer lady turns up for work. The bar owner had recently hired her to entertain the patrons at the bar. She quickly gets to her business and starts singing melodiously for the people at the bar. The singer lady is not only a great singer but also a very beautiful woman. Her singing instantly catches the attention of everyone at the bar, including the drunk man who is instantly captivated by the singer's wonderful music as well as her great beauty. Her soft, haunting voice enraptures everyone at the bar. Everyone is mesmerized by her looks and by her soothing melodies. The man has never seen a woman like her before in his life. For a moment he forgets about all his pain and sadness. Soon, the singer becomes the main attraction at the bar. People from far and away come to the bar to listen to her wonderful songs and to admire her astonishing beauty. The man also finds some solace in the singing lady's voice. It reminds him of the old days when he was with his wife and very happy in his life. Draped in a delicate red dress, she carries herself with poise that instantly quiets the room. She takes the microphone, and when her voice rises, it is as though the air itself changes. Soft yet commanding, her song wraps around the room, weaving its way into every corner, into every heart. Even the grieving man looks up, pulled from his stupor by the sound of something beautiful, something alive. He does not smile, but his gaze lingers. The singer continues, her song unfolding with warmth and grace, and when the final note falls, the audience erupts in applause. She bows lightly, serene, her presence magnetic. But just as she has finished her performance for the night, a drunk patron comes up to her and starts to pester her. He tries to make sexual advances on her. The bar owner lady tries to stop him but the drunk and arrogant patron does not relent. Finally the man has had enough of the drunk patron's rude behavior and intervenes. He politely asks the drunk patron to stand down but the patron instead starts abusing him and tries to punch him. The man swiftly steps aside and puts down the patron on his behind with a quick counter-punch. The singing lady is very impressed with the man's bravery but the man is aloof and nonchalant about the whole thing. He tells her not to worry about anything and goes back to his usual drinking place. The woman is very intrigued by this strange man who has so bravely stood up for her but wants nothing from her in return. Later, as the man lies drunk and asleep at his usual corner, the singing lady comes up to him. She sits beside him and gently touches him to wake him up. The man wakes up to find the beautiful woman looking at him. He becomes extremely embarrassed and uncomfortable about the whole situation, and starts apologizing to the woman for his drunk and asocial behavior. The woman tells him that it is all right, and in fact it is she who should be thanking him for saving her from trouble earlier. She tells the man that she wants to know more about him. What is the reason that a decent man like him keeps coming to the bar every day to get drunk? Slowly, the man speaks. His words are weighted, heavy with grief. He tells her of his wife, of the love they shared, of the cruel accident that tore her from his life. His voice trembles as he explains how he drinks to survive, how the silence of his home crushes him each night. The woman is very empathetic after hearing the man's tragic story. She consoles him by giving him refuge in her loving arms. The man has suffered so much and she knows it's the right thing to do. They spend the night together in each other's arms, and the woman feels very lucky to have found a man who knows the true value of love. It is not frantic passion, but tenderness, the cautious healing of two people scarred by pain. The two of them begin to start a life together. She prepares food for him and takes care of his household needs. She smiles at him and sees him off as he leaves for work, and for the first time in years, he feels the warmth of home. A sense of belonging creeps back into his heart. But peace, fragile as glass, does not last forever. A knock at the door breaks the calm. The sound lingers in the air, ominous. She answers, and her expression turns quickly from curiosity to fear. An intruder forces his way inside, his intentions vile. She resists, struggling, her body tense, her voice breaking into cries of distress. But despite her valiant protests, the intruder ultimately has his way with her. ADN 712. The man arrives a bit too late. Fury erupts in him, born of love, grief, and fear combined. He attacks with wild energy, striking again and again. The intruder collapses, lifeless. Silence falls, but it is not peace. The man stands over the body, his chest heaving, horror dawning at what his hands have done. The man withdraws into himself. The guilt consumes him. He sits alone, staring at nothing, haunted by the memory of violence. He grows distant and aloof from the woman, who has no choice but to leave him. Nights pass without sleep. He lies in bed, unable to escape the weight pressing on his heart. Months later, he returns to the bar. Everything looks the same, the air familiar, but his steps are hesitant. He sees the woman sitting across at the bar all alone. He approaches her and tells her that he feels very guilty about not turning up in time to save her. All this time he was not at peace with himself because of not being able to protect his woman, the love of his life. He felt helpless and inadequate. The woman tells him that he should not feel so because he tried his best to protect her and did all he could at the time. She says that despite how he feels, she thinks that he is a very brave man who would never abandon his woman in times of need. Slowly, the fragile bond rekindles. A kiss seals it, gentle at first, then certain, the two of them choosing each other again. That night, as the silence settled around them, they found comfort in each other's arms. Their closeness was gentle, unhurried, born not from desire alone but from the need to feel whole again. He touched her as though she might vanish, and she held him as though she could keep him safe from every shadow of his past. In that moment, grief loosened its grip, replaced by warmth and quiet belonging. It was not passion that defined them, but the tenderness of two broken souls finding peace in love. At the bar once more, she sings, her voice filling the night with warmth. He watches steadily, no longer broken, no longer hunched over a glass. This is a man reborn, scarred by sorrow but saved by love. The bar glows warmly, life restored, and the future, though uncertain, holds promise. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, so you can watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching.